Have you ever thought about who Moaning Myrtle really was? What if she wasn't just an annoying ghost haunting a school bathroom, but a tragic soul with a heartbreaking past? In today's video, you will uncover the hidden story of Myrtle Warren, one filled with pain, loneliness, and a fate worse than death. At first glance, Moaning Myrtle seems like comic relief. She whines, wails, and sulks in the bathroom, scaring students and throwing tantrums. But her story is anything but funny. Born into a Muggle family, Myrtle faced relentless bullying from the moment she set foot in Hogwarts. Her thick glasses and troubled skin made her an easy target. She had no friends, no support, only taunts and whispers behind her back. Then, one fateful day, her suffering took a deadly turn. In 1943, the legendary Chamber of Secrets was opened, unleashing the monster hidden within. While most feared the unknown terror stalking the school, Myrtle became its first victim. But was it really just the basilisk that ended her life, or was there something far more sinister at play? Myrtle died alone, mocked and ridiculed even in her final moments, but her story didn't end there. Instead of moving on, she returned, trapped as a ghost, forever bound to the very place of her suffering. She wanted revenge, and her first act of vengeance haunting the girl who tormented her in life. The Ministry of Magic tried to intervene, but all they did was confine her to Hogwarts. And so, Myrtle spent decades locked in a cycle of misery, bound to a school that never cared for her. Yet, despite her sorrow, she became more than just a ghostly nuisance. She witnessed the return of the Chamber's horror. She helped Harry Potter uncover vital secrets. She even formed an odd connection with Draco Malfoy, sharing his pain in one of his darkest hours. Myrtle's story is one of tragedy, but also of unexpected importance. She was a girl the world forgot, a soul lost in the echoes of Hogwarts' past. But was she truly doomed to wander forever? Or did she find some small measure of peace in the end? Stay with me as we dive deep into the life, death, and haunting legacy of Moaning Myrtle. Hogwarts was on edge. Fear crept through its halls like a living thing. Students whispered about an unseen monster, striking down its victims one by one. In the shadows of this growing terror, a girl died, Myrtle Warren. A lonely, bullied Ravenclaw who had no idea she was about to become the first victim of one of the most dangerous wizards in history. Her death wasn't just another tragic accident at Hogwarts. It was a turning point. The moment Tom Riddle took his first life. And with it, he took his first step toward immortality. Tom was 16, a Slytherin with a sharp mind, perfect manners, and a hunger for control. To his teachers, he was the perfect student. To his peers, he was untouchable. But beneath the charm lay something darker. He had already begun to explore forbidden magic, searching for ways to defy death. The discovery of the Chamber of Secrets was his first great triumph. He had learned that he, a direct descendant of Salazar Slytherin, could command the monster hidden within, a basilisk, a creature so deadly that a single glance could kill. The attack on Myrtle wasn't random. It wasn't an accident. Tom had planned it carefully. He knew the monster needed a victim. He needed a victim. He lured Myrtle into the perfect trap, alone in the bathroom, vulnerable, no one to protect her. When she pushed open the stall door, her life ended in an instant. The last thing she saw were two enormous, gleaming yellow eyes. The scream never left her lips. Her body hit the floor. The Chamber of Secrets had claimed its first life, but for Tom, this was only the beginning. The death of a schoolgirl was nothing compared to what he had really achieved that night. Killing Myrtle gave him the power he had been searching for. "I was willing to go further than anybody you'd ever met," he would later say, "further than anyone ever dreamed. He had murdered. And in doing so he had split his soul. He used her death to create something horrifying, his first Horcrux, the diary. It looked ordinary, nothing more than a simple black book. But within it, a fragment of Tom Riddle's soul was trapped, anchored to the world. It was proof of his genius, his arrogance, his willingness to do what others feared. And it worked. He had found a way to cheat death. Dumbledore would later call it the moment Tom crossed the line. He seemed normal enough, the old professor recalled, but he was already experimenting, already trying to push the limits of magic. The creation of a Horcrux required the most vile magic imaginable. It demanded a murder, a tearing apart of the soul. It was dark magic at its worst, and Tom embraced it without hesitation. Myrtle's death gave him more than just a piece of immortality. It gave him a sense of power, a thrill. He realized how easy it was to kill, how satisfying it felt to control life and death. From that moment, he wasn't just Tom Riddle. He was something else, something worse. He erased all evidence of the crime, framing Rubeus Hagrid instead. He tricked the school. He fooled the professors. He made them believe he was innocent. And they did. But Myrtle never forgot. She remained in the bathroom where she had died, wailing, moaning, trapped between worlds. A reminder of what had happened that night. A ghost, bound forever to the place where Tom Riddle's darkness truly began. She never knew the truth. Never knew that her death had given birth to a monster. The diary survived for decades, hidden, waiting. When it resurfaced, it nearly destroyed Hogwarts. A memory of the boy who had first killed, possessing the mind of Ginny Weasley, forcing her to open the chamber once more. His first Horcrux still had power, still had his voice, his influence, his hunger for chaos. The magic of that first murder lived on. Tom Riddle didn't become Voldemort overnight. He built himself piece by piece, soul by soul. But it all started with a single death. A girl alone in a bathroom, a basilisk's stare, a diary soaked in dark magic. Myrtle Warren never knew how important she was, but her murder was the first step.